How's it going, guys? It's Mouseball, and this is the Attack Mouse Nation and my salty gearheads. Welcome to the automotive side of my YouTube experience, and I'm out here at the original Cars and Coffee. This is the actual vintage spot where it all started, and obviously you guys might know about my older videos at the outlets, which is actually the new spot where all of these cars meet. Now, this is obviously the spot for all of the original cars, everyone who originally came here to Cars and Coffee, not necessarily all of the newer people that ended up showing up. So basically we have a Barth Club Florida, we have Bo Jester Racing, we have Turbo Tom, we have everybody out here today for this vintage Cars and Coffee. This beautiful Bo Jester Racing yellow Gallardo, and just a lot of really beautiful cars out today. I mean, everything is exquisite here. And obviously that Gallardo has the shrieky 5.0 V10 in it. I mean, just a amazing car. Always loved the sound of that car. And I mean, just look at all these Grand Nationals. You got a T-Type and this big block Nova that is lined up with Nelson's a Barth. So we have another Nelson in the group, but he actually has a 500 as opposed to the 124 that Mighty Nelson has. And then there's Turbo Tom's Verde Cairo Abarth, actually 500, excuse me. But his Abarth is going into the next stage for the rebuild. We're actually going to be doing the struts, the springs, and everything else. Now, School of Rock, we are in the process of getting the grill done and a couple of other things. And there's my friend Ryan with his Civic Del Sol. Now, a really interesting car here is the one that's actually parked in front of this beautiful Gallardo. And this is the first time I've ever seen one of these cars right here. This is a, I believe, 2021 or 2020 Trailblazer. Now, obviously there's a regular Blazer, which we've seen, which is a lot bigger. This one is actually smaller. And this one is driven by Cherry Bomb RS on Instagram. And I just love the laser red tint coat on this. It's a 3-stage paint. I'm not exactly sure what the actual color of this car is per se. I'm pretty sure I could find out very, very quickly through Google. But I love the black chrome accents. I love the wide grille. It's the RS package. I mean, I like these oddball cars that, you know, they get brought out. Even if they're new or old, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously there's a Normie Sentra. That's not even part of the show. And this one's a 50th anniversary Corvette Camaro. God, I'm stumbling on my words today. But I just love this beautiful paint on this car. The air vents. I mean, these cars have always had great shapes on them. And this guy's Instagram is Cool Chevy. So you got the Nissan 370Z, the Chevrolet Impala. We got an SVT Cobra, one of the jelly bean shapes from the early 2000s and early 90s. And over here we've got a Hellcat, which obviously most YouTubers have a Hellcat. I mean, these cars they have massive power just right out of the box. And this right here is a GTR RB26. Looks like a lot of work's been done to this one. I mean, just look at this intake. All welded. I mean, really nicely done. Big, massive turbo in there, so you know that this car is making a lot of power. Then we got our usual Coyote, and then this one right here, this BMW looks absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at this one. This metallic blue paint is very similar to my nephew's. Full carbon fiber dash, carbon fiber wing, carbon fiber roof. And obviously, everyone's favorite, if you're a car nut, the Toyota Supra. I mean, wow. And just look at the turbocharger on this thing.
That looks like fun. Love the
Wow, incredible. Tane suspension. Delta Corp 1 is the Instagram on this one, so if you want to follow this gentleman. I mean, this car is out of this world.
And then we don't know how to fix ours.
And then we got another Hellcat. And a lot of the gold's being used, the heat shielding. We got a couple of Subarus right here. And these are also favorites of a lot of people in car culture. They love their Subarus. And these cars are very versatile when it comes down to how they run. And we've got our corral of Corvettes. And it's very nice to see a lot of these C5s. We've got an LS1 with a Pro Charger right here. I mean, beautifully done airbrush work right in here. Got a aftermarket fiberglass hood with venting in it, carbon fiber fenders. That's a first. I've never seen those before. And it's very nice how they actually lined this out and painted the fenders on here, so that way they can just kind of like quarter out the carbon fiber. Oh, and the front fenders are done the same way. Very nice. But it actually has a newer badge from the C7 on there. And just love this copper color on this one. And I think this is shark gray. I mean, gorgeous car. I mean, a lot of these cars right here are just top notch. Now, this one right here is very, very cool. This one right here is a Toyota Corolla SE hatch. This one's called Suparolla, and that's the Instagram for this one. But right here, really crazy looking wheels, anodized red over this just absolutely stunning blue. I think these blues are becoming very, 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 you know, highly sought after on a lot of different cars. You know, whether it's BMW, Toyota, Subaru, you know, the Kias, whatever particular car you're looking at that is in the aftermarket, you know, getting actual modifications done, people are going towards that blue more often than not. This is really amazing right here. This is actually a, I believe it's a Kia, and look at that. It actually has a basketball court on the inside, which is really well done. Hard-lined airbags. And this is AGB3NZZ. White on the inside, some diamond tuck. And I believe this is a Kia Optima or Kia Forte. It's probably one of the most highly modified Kia Fortes I've ever seen. The white headlights treatment is really unique. Wheels look really nice, and I love the red hardware for the accents on it. But wow. And the speaker system in this car is out of this world. I mean, look at that. See, and people are actually walking past this car and not even realizing how nice these cars are. You know, it's actually a shame that people don't take a deeper, closer look. Now, this right here, this car, this Neon, is got a lot of power right here. This one I've seen at the Arrigo Dodge, and look at the size of the turbo on this thing. I mean, this thing is massive. A little under the weather with the looks, but I mean, when you have a race car, you really don't care about all that. And some nice Chevrolet Camaros. But yeah, guys, this is a great show. I mean, nice little pop-up meet. But this one by far is one of my favorites, this Porsche 911. I mean, just look at this thing. I already talked to the owner. Super nice guy, race ready. He's got a 3.6 swap in it. I mean, flared out, wide body. I mean, just look at the gauge setup inside this car. I mean, wow, how could you beat that? And that was actually at the Car Fueled and Coffee show that we went to a couple months ago. So this car right here is definitely one of the best cars out here, as far as I'm concerned. You know, but everyone's loving the School of Rock Gallardo, and obviously School of Rock's loving his car. He's got the hood open on it, and he's done a really nice job with the headlights, the tail lights on the car, and he's also doing the whole Carroll Shelby tribute modifications on it. So we'll work on that. We'll get all that settled up and done. And once School of Rock hits the road, well, it's anybody's guess how fast he's going to be going. There's a quicksand Tundra. That's actually kind of nice. But again, guys, I'm glad you joined me, Ryan, and School of Rock, and the whole crew. There's Ryan from the old videos, from the original Snapper Creek video, when we went on the rally to Homestead. And Ryan's got his Del Sol out, but now Ryan has converted almost everybody from a Barth Club Florida to Jeeps. So we've already lost 2 members of the group to the Jeep group. So now it's just Mouseball, Turbo Tom, and Nelson. That's all we got out here. And actually, before I end this video, let's go ahead and take a closer look at Nelson's car. Which, the thing is that Nelson is a certified track rat, kind of like Paul is, only Paul's building his track car. But right here, obviously when it's a race car, it's not going to be too gussied up as far as what's called cleanliness, but when you're racing it and you're using it, you're not too worried about how clean it is. You're worried about how fast you're going. But this right here is by far one of the best mods I've seen on an Abarth as far as handling the heat and the thermal. And that is this grill work right here that replaces the actual whiskers, and he was able to keep the badge right there. So that really makes a huge difference in actually releasing the heat and getting all of that bad heat soak out of the car. But he's actually got the lounge mirror caps, which is kind of an odd touch to a race car. But he's got the sunroof, which is always a, you know, awesome feature. And he actually comes from Ohio, just like Paul. So they just so happen to, you know each other, which is really funny. And this right here is pretty neat. He actually popped out the little vent and put his phone holder right there. But this Abarth is mostly for running around the track, not necessarily for doing much of anything else except for going fast and making people see his taillights. So no joke, this is one of the faster Abarths in the group. And then obviously there's Turbo Tom's awesome Fiat 500, which I've done a lot of the work on, from the wheels to the mirror caps to the dash on the inside, which we're going to go ahead and show you guys right here. But right in here, we have a lot more stuff to do to this, and it's going to be a great build. But anyway, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay wealthy, and remember, when you're watching Mouseball, you might be at a car show. Take it easy, guys. Mouseball out. And watch out for Dan the man with the Ram.